It is your friendly professor here for the summer, recording a little video just for you guys. I wanted to do this video just so for those of you who are having troubles trying to figure out the midterm essay, which is due this coming up Monday. Doing this for a couple of reasons. One, you actually get to see me in action. I am a live person as opposed to the inanimate email and kind of the binary code of computer language that's out there. I am a real person, but we are enrolled in a distance ed class. So I wanted to upload this video for you guys. I'm a visual person, so I like having the visual part of all this together so you can actually see it. That being said, this will be short and sweet. And if you need the text, the closed caption text, please email me and I will get that to you. So I'm going to read over some things here. I'm looking at my sheet here that you have uploaded already. It's preparing for the midterm essay guidelines. So the biggest thing you have to remember is this. This is you are picking the topic. We've read a lot in the last few weeks, in the last 3 weeks. If you've been keeping up with the readings, there is a lot to cover between both books. And so what you're going to do is, the challenge of this is going to be to synthesize something. So, for example, let's say you're reading this week. Social inequality actually happens to be my specialty in sociology, so hence the long discussion board on that. But let's say you pick up something on class and you want to focus on that. That's great. But you're going to want to come up with a thesis that synthesizes that particular subject or a particular topic that you're working on, and really work on that. So let's say, for example, the thesis of this paper is that within the U.S., the 1% who control 90% of the wealth and income continue to hold back the middle and lower class of the U.S. That's a good thesis, not just because I came up with it, but because it's to the point. It's talking about the 1%, so you'll be arguing about the 1%, talking about what they're about, connecting it with sociological perspectives. You're going to want to interact with a conflict, functionalist, and interactionist perspective. Okay, pick one of them, but you're going to have to interact with at least one of them. And you're gonna, let's come from a sociological perspective. Crunch some numbers. What are some averages? What are some topics? And then you're going to begin to look at, okay, what does the middle class look like? What does the lower middle class look like? How are they holding them back? And you're going to give examples. You're going to connect it to the text. Okay, so you're going to be focused. Okay, so you want a thesis. Okay, it's like an elongated 5-paragraph essay. Thesis, introduction, thesis, support, and then you're going to end with the conclusion. The conclusion doesn't need to have any new information. It needs to sum up what you've been arguing. And then, of course, you need a bibliography. This needs to be in a formal tone. This is an academic paper, a 200 level. This is a sophomore level paper, so you want to keep it that way. Spell check it, all that good stuff. And you're going to conclude with that and have a bibliography. The thing that you need to think about as well is that it needs to interact with, I forgot how many, I think the percentage is about at least 75 to 80% of your sources need to come from the text. The reader, our main text, which is this one right here. Okay, that's our main text. And then this is our reader, okay? And then you're going to have to really interact with this one, because this one actually provides you with the, let me make sure I get that in screen. Did I get that in screen? All right, there you go. This is our reader. So you really want to interact with that one, because this one actually gives us kind of the day-to-day perspective on sociology, whereas this text here really just, it gives you all your definitions, your theory, and everything, and that's fine, but you just want to make sure you interact with about 75% of the material, 75-80% of the material. That needs to come from the class. And remember, each chapter that's in this book counts as a source. That's why you got a reader, okay? Because it counts as a source, and you want to be able to use that in your paper. Okay, so I'll be looking for that. You'll need to cite each of those chapters that are authored by different authors. Don't just cite Henslin and then go off. Give me the specific chapter you're citing from and the specific author you're citing from. Okay, I'll need that. And you can put that into your bibliography. So whatever format you pick, it's fine. I don't care. Just be consistent. MLA, APA, I don't care. But just be consistent. The other thing is, it's only 5 to 7 pages, and I know some of these are 5 to 7 pages. Most A papers are between the 7 and 8, 9 pages. Please, if you're going to hit 9 and 10 pages, don't try to kill me. All right, just get to the point. You can say what you got to say within between 5 and 8 pages, 8.5 pages. That's fine. If it's going longer than that, talk with me and let me know, and we can maybe hone it down. Or if you're really saying something good, that's cool. But paper, I'm looking for full pages, by the way. Cover page, table of contents, bibliography do not count. Okay, as your pages. Okay, I'm looking for full pages, full complete pages. So if you give me 4.5 pages and you think, oh, I got to page 5, you're gonna get cut off for that. All right, so 5 complete pages. That's the minimum for you bare minimum mentalities out there. People like, give me the bare minimum. Well, 5 pages, and so that's so you're just shooting for that. Double spaced, standard word margins. Again, thesis and conclusion at the end. Again, you need to stay on topic. You need to be to the point. You need to get to it. I'm going to see how you can critically synthesize all of this material. I know the 6-week class is running fast. Believe me, I'm trying to keep up with all your emails. But this is part of the nature of a course, a 6-week course. I just got through teaching another six-week course that ended in June 18th. We met every day of the week for 2.5 hours in class. And so this is just the way it is right now. The other thing I would mention, too, is look over the grader. There's a 10-point grader, 10 points each. Actually, 30 points each. So look over that grader. Make sure you're hitting all of those 10 areas that are connecting with your paper. If you're not, then you probably need to go back and take a look at that. The other thing you need to take into account, too, is just all the whole plagiarism thing, too. Just trust me, you don't want to go through that. I've had to catch students, and I'm not looking for it, but because all of this stuff is electronic, I do have software here. I can run it pretty easily through my software, and if I catch it, I will have to report it, and you will end up getting a 0 on that, and you could potentially end up getting a 0 for the course, and we don't want that, all right? The other thing I was going to mention here lastly, since we're finishing up, is that you'll need to upload this assignment to Blackboard. Do not, let me repeat, do not email me this paper. If you email it to me, I will not accept it, all right? And just be clear, if you email it to me, I will not accept it. You need to upload this to Blackboard. If you don't know how to do it, talk with look up the numbers and the contact information in the syllabus. They can help you. Then the Citrus IT can walk you through all of that stuff. There's already a link uploaded, but you have to upload this through the Citrus website. I will also return your papers through the Citrus website. I will not email them back to you. They will go back through the Citrus website, and you can see your comments and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Those will all be there on the Citrus website or the Citrus Blackboard. So upload everything through Blackboard. Do not email me anything, all right? Questions on any of this stuff, please email me on that. You can always email me on that. I typically tend to respond better to email, as most of you have found out. Phone calls are good, but you need to set up an appointment. A couple of you have said, oh, yeah, let's talk, but you never set up an appointment. Once I get that appointment confirmed, then we're on, and then I'll keep that appointment. But if you just say, oh, let's just talk tomorrow, and you never give me a time or date, then unfortunately I will not be able to assist you in that. That being said, this particular paper does serve as your midterm as opposed to having a test. This is an essay. This will be very similar to the final paper, final project, which I will be uploading another link to. The last thing I want to mention is that you need to begin to think about what you're going to be doing a study on, a sociological study. You're going to go out and you're going to do a sociological study, and you're going to interview some people, survey some people, use a sociological method, which is the interviews or the surveys, either one, but there's tons of methods, so don't get stuck with just those. Then you're going to interact with a theory, at least one theory. Most students use between 2 and 3 theories, and then you're going to write it up, your conclusion. There's a whole format to that already uploaded on Blackboard, so take a look at that. But you need to begin to start thinking about that now, because probably by the middle of next week, once you turn in this essay, you should probably get started on that. Start doing the research of what you want to do, because your proposal is due, and I forget the date, but you can look at that in the syllabus, and that's going to be due, and that'll be definitely before the final project. That being said, I think that pretty much about covers it. Again, if you need me, please email me. Hopefully this clears some things up for those of you who are wondering, what do I do, where am I going? Again, you pick the topic, You come up with the thesis. If you want to run your thesis by me, that's fine. I'd be more than happy to look that over. If you got an outline, I'd be more than happy to look that over. There is a sample paper uploaded to Blackboards in the handouts link, so make sure you look at that and take a look at that because that'll give you an overview. It was done for another class, but it was still sociology, but it was for another school on another campus, on another class. But it gives you an overview of what I'll be looking for in these papers. Okay, to the point, thesis, conclusion, support, and making sure that you interact with course material. All right, so you need to make sure you remember that. Those are the big three: thesis, conclusion, and interact with course material. All right, or I guess you can add the top four, which is make sure you reach the minimum page requirement between 5 and 7. All right, that's it. I told you I'd keep it short and sweet. Hope you guys are having a good summer. Hope you had a good 4th, and I will see you on the flip side. Peace.